Hey, what's going on, guys? gdoggcasey here, bringing you a channel update video for the month of July. So what I've decided to do was actually every month I wanted to put out a quick update video just to let you guys know how I'm doing, how I feel about the channel, the state of the channel, what videos I'm making, what series I'm doing, that type of thing. And I feel like it could be pretty informative, and it's only going to be once a month, so deal with it. But basically what I'm going to be talking about in this video, like I said, is the state of the channel. So let's go over that. So over the past month, I've made some serious changes with how I handle the YouTube channel. Basically what I've done is I've forced myself in an effort to try to stay consistent, which has always been one of my biggest weaknesses on YouTube, to stick to a schedule. Now, I'd say overall that's been pretty successful, except for the fact that from time to time I feel like I need to adjust the schedule. A good example of that is at one point I was putting out civilization videos every day of the week, but I decided I was actually going to mix it up and just do 3 days of the week for civilization because those videos take a little bit longer to record, and put out StarCraft 2 every day of the week instead, which has proven to be pretty successful. The videos are getting a decent amount of views, and I've been enjoying doing that a little bit more. So as I was talking about before, we're going to be going over how the last month went. So in the last month, we've done quite a few different video series, involving Binding of Isaac, Strider, Civilization, StarCraft 2, and I've even been putting out chess videos. But one of the big ones that I really wanted to talk about a little bit is the Games Under 6 playlist that I got going on the channel now. So in case you haven't seen any of those videos, what that's about is I take a look at Steam and I go over I basically sort by user reviews in the under 6 bucket, and I have been just grabbing right from the top. So whatever is the most highest rated, that's what I've been doing. Going forward, I'm going to continue to do the games under 6. I think it's a lot of fun. It gets me to play some other games that I normally wouldn't play. Some of them I'm going to enjoy, some of them not so much. There's quite a few puzzle games in that list that just don't really appeal to me specifically, but some of you guys, it might. So I'll be continuing to do that. Now, I might alter, whether or not I'm going to be grabbing right from the top. If it looks like every game in the list of like 5 in a row are all going to be like puzzle games, and maybe I'll just drop down and grab something else just to keep things, going with the variety, because I don't want to be doing a puzzle game every single week. And that goes for other styles of games too, whether it's a platformer or an arcade type game like some of the other ones I've done already. So that's going to be something that you should look out for. Right now the schedule has me uploading those. Let me actually just pull up my schedule here so I can talk a little bit more about that. The schedule for Games Under 6 is going to be Saturday, and it's going to be at 6 p.m. So Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time is when you'll see the Games Under 6 videos coming out. Now, there's also going to be some times where I'm going to have to drop a game, like it happened with Total War. Total War is a perfect example of a game that when it came out, I was like, this is perfect for YouTube. I'm going to do a series. It's going to be great. But it turned out to be pretty horrible for a couple different reasons. One, my computer can barely run it, and even when it can, it takes like 4 minutes to load into every single battle, which meant that I had to come in and edit out the load screens, which just bothered me. And also, I was just complete crap at the game. So it was just something that was not going to work. But I'm happy that I tried it, and you're going to see that from time to time. There's going to be games that I think are going to be good candidates for a YouTube series, and I'm just going to be terrible at them, or I'm going to, on the surface it seems like a good idea, but in practice maybe not so much. So there's going to be some experiments like that. So Total War is gone, as you guys noticed. And the next one that I think is going to be gone is going to be the Binding of Isaac. Originally, I was having a lot of fun doing that, and I still really enjoy playing the game, but it's not doing terribly well on the channel. It's taking up a huge portion of my schedule, and it just seems like there are other games that I would rather fill that time slot with. So we'll be talking about that later. The other one is Civilization 5. So I was doing a Germany playthrough, and that one I ended up giving up because I sort of dug myself a gigantic hole that maybe I would have been able to come out of, but I don't think so. So I started a new game. I changed up the settings a little bit. Playing on quick is a lot more fun because you just get through the game much faster. My idea before was to play on epic to create this gigantic game that would have been a whole ton of fun, but in theory, it probably would have taken like 600 episodes, and I would have never been able to get through it all. So I think it's a good idea to switch to quick and get through the games a little bit faster. Now, Civilization is a game that is probably going to come and go from time to time. Once I'm finished with the Polynesia playthrough, I'm going to be replacing it with a different game, but then somewhere down the line, I'll definitely be bringing Civ-style games back. Let's say, when Civ 6 comes out, I'll probably do a game. Who knows? I can't guarantee that, but that's what I'm thinking about with Civilization. StarCraft 2 has been going really well. As mentioned, it has been probably my favorite one to record, as well as my favorite one to upload, because, well, for one, the views are doing pretty okay, and it's just, StarCraft is, like, that's my game, you know? It's the game that I've been playing for, like, 5 to 6 years. However, whenever it came out, Wings of Liberty, you know, I've been playing it for that long. Of course, I've been taking breaks here and there, but it's just a perfect competitive game for me to play. It's really good for YouTube because the videos are relatively short, and, we can get them out there pretty often. So I'm going to continue. So far, for the rest of this month, I'm going to continue to release StarCraft 2 on a daily basis. So every day, you guys will have a game to watch, and I think it'll be fun. All right, the next game is Strider. So Strider is very close to coming to an end. I'm pretty sure I'm in the last area, and barring any sort of like crazy, like here's the credits, oh, there's a whole new level, like who knows, maybe that'll happen. But I think I'm getting pretty close to the end, and that game's been pretty fun. It's definitely a game that a style of game that I don't play all too often, but I'm happy that I went with that one, and I'm happy that it's just about done, because it's going to feel good to have an actual full playthrough get up here on my channel and be complete and be a good playlist. So I hope you guys are enjoying that one so far. Like I said, it's about to come to a close, so we'll be filling in that slot in the near future. So that being said, dropping the Binding of Isaac has opened up quite a bit of time for me in terms of what I can record. So what I decided is to bring 2 new games to the table, and this is going to also bring me into another topic that I wanted to talk about as well. So let's go ahead and bring in the first game, which is going to be the Talos Principle. So Talos Principle is something you may have heard of. If ever you browse the Steam store, you've probably seen it. It's incredibly high rated, but it's a puzzle game, and I mentioned about how I am with puzzle games, but this one has crazy Portal vibes. So I play the game for about 10 to 15 minutes just to get just to get a grasp of it, to see whether or not it would be good for YouTube, and whether or not it's a game that I'm going to enjoy. And I think it's going to be a game that I'm going to enjoy immensely. It really, really reminds me of Portal in a sense where the puzzles start off very easy and they end up getting more and more complicated. You're probably going to see me stumped on some things, and you're probably going to be screaming at your screen to, because I missed an obvious answer or something like that, but that's YouTube for you. But the narrative behind it is what really drives the story. And so far, I don't know too much about what's going on, but the world and the story has me really intrigued, much like how Portal does it. So I'm looking forward to recording that. I'm actually going to record some later on today. Haven't done it yet, but it's definitely something you guys can expect to see in the future. And what I am doing with this game is sort of like a test. I was having a talk with my girlfriend about, how can we make the channel better? How can I, refine my style? And one thing she mentioned, and I agree with her 100%, is that a lot of my videos are a little bit too long. I strive to have 30-minute episodes, right, for almost everything that I do. But 30 minutes is a lot to ask of someone, especially if you're on YouTube and you can easily click away and go to a different video. I feel like you have to earn the right to make 30-minute videos. Once you have people who are dedicated to watching you and they like your voice and they like what you talk about, those are the types of people who are going to stick around for a full 30 minutes. But that being said, there are some games that just a 30-minute video is something that's just going to be, it's going to make that much more sense. Like, for example, for Civilization 5, I don't want to lower the time for that one. That one's going to stay at 30 minutes because if I lowered it to 15, it would be way too choppy, and you can't really get a lot done in a 15-minute time span. But for Strider and for Talos Principle, I'm going to be lowering the episode length to 15 minutes for the time being. Talos Principle, the beginning of the game looks like it can easily fit with a 15-minute schedule, so that's what I'm going to be going with. But if the game changes to the point where maybe I need to adjust it to make the episodes longer, then I'll do that as as it happens. You notice that the dog is in the back here, so of course she was totally quiet the whole time until I started deciding to record. So, all right, I got that taken care of. Sorry about that, guys. That's something else that has been an obstacle for me in my quote-unquote YouTube career, is trying to figure out how to deal with the pets that I have in the house. On one hand, I have that dog who just for some reason really enjoys hanging out in my office. And, it's sort of like her spot to get away from the other dog when he sometimes gets a little bit too much for her, which I can totally understand. And then most of the time when she's in here, she's really quiet. But lately, she's been deciding to choose when I'm recording to go on her little barking fits for literally no reason. So she's in the other room now, so I can finish this off. But yeah, I left that part in there so you can kind of see what I've had to deal with. I've canceled so many videos because of her that sometimes it drives me crazy. But I've been trying to deal with it in other ways. So, maybe I just have to have her not in the room when I'm recording. So that's probably going to be what I'll do in the future. But anyway, going on. So we've talked about Talos Principle. We're going to put that in. And it's going to be from Monday to Friday, 15-minute episodes for now until I decide whether or not the episodes actually have to start going longer. It's possible that some of the puzzles you'll have to complete in that game will take longer than 15 minutes to solve. So I'm open-minded about that, and we'll make those changes. The next game I'm going to be bringing in is one that I don't want to say I'm nervous about it, but I'll explain. So it's going to be XCOM 2. I just picked up XCOM 2 about a week ago off the Steam sale, played it quite a bit, and it's a really fun game. It's also a game that fits my channel very well because I love turn-based strategy games, and XCOM is a great example of a game like that. So I want to do a series, and I'm going to see if I can get through the game. The reason why I'm nervous about it is because I've proven to be terrible at this game, and it's possible it might go the same route that Total War went. If it does do that, then unfortunately that's just going to have to be the case. But if you guys are liking the content, even though I'm playing terribly and I might have to restart from time to time, then I'll keep it going. It's going to be really up to you guys, but if I get no response, then it'll be up to me. So that's what is going to be coming in the near future. You're going to be seeing some Talos Principle and some XCOM 2, and I'm really excited to bring those to the table. So XCOM 2 is going to be another 30-minute. For now, I'm planning on 30 minutes, and it's going to be released 3 times a week. So you'll be seeing that coming soon. Now, this last topic is going to be something that I feel really bad about, but I have to talk about it because it's been on my mind a lot. So my subscriber count has actually been growing pretty slowly, but still growing. So it's a good sign. The thing is that it seems like all the subscribers are coming because of the Final Fantasy tanking guide. And you know what? The Final Fantasy tanking guide is something I'm really proud of. It's not the greatest guide in the world or anything, but I've gotten a lot of good feedback on it. It's one of my best videos. Episode 1 is probably the best video on my channel in terms of likes and great comments and views. The thing is that at least as of right now, I'm done with that game for now. I say that I can't play MMOs. I have been dabbling around in WoW a little bit, but the thing is that guide it's finished, I think. Like, I could do a couple more dungeons, and I can show you guys the way through the dungeons, but really the purpose of that guide was supposed to show you how to tank. And if you look at it, you can actually learn all the fundamentals from the very first video. My idea at the time was each dungeon is going to unlock a couple abilities that you can use as you level up, and you'll have to adjust your playstyle to your new abilities, which is true. Especially once you hit level 30 and you become a paladin, you have to use your new abilities, and it is true that you have to adapt your playstyle a bit. But the basic fundamentals of tanking are all explained pretty well in the first video. And if you look at the views from episode 1 to episode 2, and then even down the line, you'll notice that most people just got what they needed from the first episode. And that's totally fine. I don't expect you guys to watch like 6 hours of gameplay or however many hours all those videos add up to. But I know some of you guys really liked it, and you know, a lot of the subscribers I'm checking the analytics, and it's showing me they're coming from these Final Fantasy videos, and it stings a bit because on the one side, I really appreciate it. I'm glad that the videos cause you to hit the subscribe button, and I love seeing that sub number go up. But at the same time, I'm worried because you guys are subscribing for the Final Fantasy content, and at least for now, it's not coming back. So I need to be honest with you guys. If you're looking for only Final Fantasy content, then at least, like I said, for the near future, for the next probably year or so at least, I'm probably not going to do it. I don't really think I don't have the drive to go back to that game and spend all the time I spent in that game when I'm trying to maintain this schedule that I'm putting forward now. So, you know, again, I appreciate that you're here. Hopefully you'll stick around for the other videos that I make. You know, I'm trying to grow the subscribers based on what I'm going to be going forward. So the Civilization videos, the Let's Plays, the StarCraft 2, those are things that will be consistent throughout the channel going forward, but Final Fantasy will not be coming back. So I just have to let you guys know that, and if I see the sub count dropping, then so be it. I need to be honest about it. So there you have it. Anyway, this video is already going on longer than I really expected. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Again, these videos are going to be coming out monthly. I'm not very good at this kind of thing. So, you know, I apologize if I was stumbling over the words. I apologize for the dog interruption. But, you know, for now, I'm going to be making these videos every month so we can go back and see how last month went. I can let you guys know what my plans are for the future month. And just to reiterate, next month coming up, I've written it all down here on this pad here. So we have StarCraft 2 coming out every day of the week for the next month. We have Civilization, 30-minute episodes coming out 3 times a week. We have the Under 6 series, which is going to be a 15 to 20-minute video every Saturday. So you can check out a new game from the Under $6 bucket on Steam that is highly rated. Strider is coming to a close, but I'm adjusting the schedule for Strider to be 5 times a week, 15-minute episodes, and we should be nearing the end of that soon. Talos Principle is coming in at 15-minute episodes 5 times a week, and you'll be seeing that Monday to Friday. I might adjust that schedule in the future, either next month or maybe even before the month ends. We'll have to see. And lastly, XCOM 2, 3 30-minute episodes a week, so we can go ahead and get through that game. Once Strider finishes, I have a couple potential ideas for games that might be coming in. Right now, the leader for me is going to be Banner Saga. That's a game that I've always wanted to play, and I'm thinking heavily about adding that to the rotation. Right now, that's what I'm thinking. But if you guys have any ideas for games you'd like to see me play, by all means, leave the comments in the comment section below. I read all of them. I appreciate all of them. And I hope you guys are enjoying the content on the channel as of late. So with that being said,